Hey guys, Puggo's Pizzeria here, back with another video, and I hope you guys liked the new intro. That intro was made by Wolfie Wolf, and honestly, it's just a better upgrade of the previous intro. But in today's video, as I'm pretty sure you saw by the thumbnail, I am making a video on ranking all the fazbear fright stories. So I have basically read all of them, and I'll be giving a quick summary of them, and then a rank out of 10. So, starting off with Into the Pit, I would definitely rank that a 9 out of 10. The story is nearly perfect, except for the slow start. It is really kind of boring in the beginning, but the story with the time-traveling ball pit and the spring Bonnie suit is absolutely amazing, and it is a really great story. To Be Beautiful, I give it a 6 out of 10. Honestly, the story, it's kind of entertaining. It is boring, though. Like, only really interesting, things happen at the very end of the story. And, in the rest of the story, it's just sort of nothing. It talks about a girl and how unpopular she is. It's just kind of boring, you know? I want to hear about Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff, not unpopular, fat middle school girl. And then Counting the Ways, I would rank that a 7 out of 10. It was going to be an 8 out of 10, but the biggest flaw I have with it is that what it does is it immediately talks about how the girl is inside Funtime Freddy's stomach, in the very first sentence, and then it keeps talking about how she's in the stomach for, 2 sentences, each, big paragraph or something. It's so annoying. You just want to find out, after you hear that, you want to find out what happens to her. And you don't care about her normal life at middle school, or how emo she is or anything. It's extremely annoying, and then you just want to find out, how she dies or whatever. So, yeah, for the first fazbear fright stories, Into the Pit gets 9 out of 10, To Be Beautiful gets 6 out of 10, and Count the Ways gets 7 out of 10. So, in my opinion, out of all the books so far, Fetch is my favorite book. All the stories in there, I love them. So, the first Fetch story, I would rate it an 8 out of 10. It's a really good story, but honestly, nothing too special about it. They never really elaborate on some of the open-ended questions in it, but it is a very entertaining story to read, and I just really like it, I guess. The next one after that is Lonely Freddy. This is another 8 out of 10, and I put it like this because this really makes you sad. How the Lonely Freddy, takes his body and how he's not nice to his sister. I don't know, this one really made me feel emotional during the story, which is kind of weird to feel emotions when you're just reading something, I guess. But, this story definitely gets a good 8 out of 10. Never really boring, never really lacking. I don't know, again, it's sort of a average story. Nothing is really special about it, but nothing is definitely not bad. And the final story of Fetch is Out of Stock, and I give that a 10 out of 10, a 11 out of 10. That story is the most perfect fazbear fight story ever. I love it so much. Best story ever. I don't even need to say anything. I think all of you can agree that Out of Stock is a amazing story. Such a good story. I love it so much. And that definitely gets a 10 out of 10. So for the Fetch book, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and 10 out of 10 for Fetch, Lonely Freddy, and Out of Stock. Now the third one, Fazbear Frights 1:35 a.m. So for 1:35 a.m., I give it a 6 out of 10. Honestly, it's kind of boring. In my opinion, it doesn't really remind me of Five Nights at Freddy's. You see an Ella doll, which is part of the books, and then it just haunts her, and, it only shows up once, and it's oh no, there's alarm noises at 1:35 a.m., and she goes insane and kills herself over it. I don't know, just kind of, I mean, it's not that I hate the story, it's just kind of boring. No, I don't really like it. The next one after that is Room for One More. It is a 6.5 out of 10. It was a 6 out of 10, but I added the 0.5 because of Funtime Foxy driving a car. But, it's okay. It's kind of weird the mini Rena's climbing inside of him, and how he wouldn't notice it. I mean, the story is a good story, but, really nothing is special about this. There definitely is some things they could have changed to make it better, but, it's an okay story. And then, the final story of this one, The New Kid. This story, I give it a 9 out of 10. It is such a good story. I feel like in a few parts it could be a bit better, but The New Kid is probably my second favorite story so far. This story is absolutely amazing, and I love it so much. It is such a good story. Honestly, the whole, I don't even know what to say. Everything about it, the kid getting spring locked and then he's not in the suit, it's such a good story, and honestly, I love it. And now moving on to, so that's 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, and 9 out of 10. Now moving on to Step Closer, I give that one an 8.5 out of 10. It was a 9 out of 10 until the story made me cry when he just got ran over by a truck for no reason. That, I know it sounds weird to cry over a book, but it did, and I did, and you guys probably did too. And then the next one's in Step Closer, I haven't read. I did buy the book, and I definitely didn't buy the book just for display, and I'm definitely not waiting for Dawko to make his other 2 videos on it, because I'm too lazy to actually read. I'm not doing that. I know that I'm not gonna read the Withered Chica story, because I hate Withered Chica, because she took Candy Cadet Spawn Ultimate Custom Night. But yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. But please subscribe. 81% of you aren't subscribed, and it makes me really sad. But yeah, that is it for the video, and I will see you all later. Good